Yes, this is a quick video to start my channel on the IPv6. We have two of them here, a purple and a black. And we'll take a quick look at the purple first, I guess. Or the only look at the purple, I guess. We don't need to look at the black. I love this thing. Very small, very tiny. I think it's the smallest dual 18650 mod I've ever come across. Very tiny. It just gets lost in the hand. Look at that. Battery door is easy. Pops open, something like that. There you go. Nice and easy. Push it back. There you go. Not going to turn it on. This is basically just a video to set up my channel here, get it going, get it rolling. Not really going to do a ton of reviews, I don't think. You know, maybe a few here and there. It's mainly I want it to be a DIY juice channel where I do my own mixes and stuff like that. Because that's where I think the industry is probably going to head. That's pretty much it, you know. Just wanted to do a quick video to get everything set up here before I set the channel up. You know, I want to do something different with the background, cover up all the junk and what have you. You know, this channel's not to get free stuff. I really don't care about that. I've got enough stuff. I have tons of stuff to last me for 100 years. You know, I've got a couple IPv6s brand new, never used. I got Rip Tripper's or DigiFlavor's new little dripper tank here that I can't stand trying to pull it out of the package, but there it is there. What's it called? A Parola or yeah, Parola, something like that. There it is. I like it. I really do. It's got clicky little air control. I don't know if you could hear it. But basically unscrews here. Very nice. Nice threadings. I love the looks of it. That's the build deck, if you guys could see that. Yeah, there it is. It's got that little lever here that you click it. I don't know if you can see that. It closes the you can barely see it there. Boom. There you go. Yeah. It's nice. See if I can adjust this for a better view. Let me see if I could find that lever. right here. Okay. Right there. There we go. Yeah. There you go. That's good enough. Yeah, but this threads right on like that. Both nice and smooth for the most part. And there you go. I'm going to clean this tomorrow. We'll clean it tomorrow in the ultrasonic. This camera, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's supposed to be a pretty good camera here. Yeah, that's that. That's what I got today in the mail for Perot, whatever. I got IPv6. I already had one, so that makes a second one. And I also got this today, which I am dying to try. This is the OBS engine. RTA tank. There it is. I gotta get used to this camera. It's gonna take a while. Where to position it in the tripod. I don't have a tripod. It's just mounted on top of my damn computer. It's driving me nuts. But let's see if we can get that in there. Whatever. Come on, bastard. Anyways. There it is. It's right there. Unscrews here. Basically, it's like the crease, but airflow's on the top like this. You should be able to see that. The camera's pretty good. It's decent. Here we go. Here's your airflow. There's notches right there. You could see two notches. Pretty much 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You could see them. And they line up with some notches on the deck somewhere in there. Right there. Left side. And another one on the right somewhere. And that what that does, these notches, is that puts these airflow, those two holes, not the center, but the other ones, it puts it right over the coils. So it's direct airflow right over the coils. That's what the notches do. They notch up, and then you twist on, and you know, keeps it right over. It's supposed to be, Mike Vapes raves about this tank. I've yet to try it, and I have to clean it first. I mean, it looks fine. Just it doesn't smell like there's any machine oil. Yeah, but I always rinse everything. You never know. But in my experience with these RTAs, and I've got a lot of them, the Griffin, is I just simply can't get the flavor I want. I don't know, and I've come to learn that there's little things that can make a difference in with the flavor. It could be your coils, it could be different wire, it could be cotton. That could make a difference. I mean, look at all these tanks that come out, and you get great taste off the crown, but you get crappy taste off of something kind of like this. Even though, I mean, I haven't really vaped it a ton, but this is the Landmark 2 tank that I bought, only because I was curious with the RBA deck section of this, vertical, do your own coils, and they're pretty much like a sub-ohm tank coil. You make your own coils. I don't know, tanks over there, but yeah, you make. I was interested with the rebuildable deck on this. You make vertical coils like a sub-ohm coil. Sub-ohm coils, and I've always been fascinated by vertical coils. Like factory. But the engine tank, I'll clean it up probably tomorrow and try it out. But like I says, I've never gotten great flavor off any RTA, and I'm sure it's something I'm doing wrong, because every reviewer and everybody I know raves about these things, about the taste being phenomenal. So it's got to be. I don't know. I mean, there's a million different things, and I build pretty good. I'm not the greatest, but I build pretty good. Not only that, I have some already pre-built coils. I got fused Claptons, 0.45, and I got alien Claptons I bought. Not bad. $3 for 10 of them, or for 4. I mean, there they are. There they are. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not bad. Okay, that is the fuse Clapton. And let me look at these aliens here. Let's look at the aliens. And let me take one out and put it up. Maybe it'll be better. We'll see. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see if the camera can pick this bitch up. Come on, baby. Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, yeah, look at that. There we go. Well, maybe not that great. There's something wrong with this lighting. Driving me nuts. I'll figure it out. Videos will get better once I get used to it. This is just a quick video, just to test it out. But I mean, I use these pre-built. Back to what I was saying, and I just can't get the flavor. And I've wicked it many different ways. I know it wasn't too loose or too tight, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the break-in that I didn't wait for, but it just some kind of taste. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got to experiment a lot more, obviously, because I pretty much use tanks for years. I've been vaping for 4 years, about 4 years, maybe a little longer, about 4 years. I haven't had a cigarette, and pretty much tanks. Even though I own a gazillion drippers and stuff like that. Don't mind me, just OCD here. But yeah, I mean, so that's the Rip Trippers tank, the OBS engine, the IPV. I mean, I've got a gazillion things I've been collecting for 4 years, and I was going to start a channel years ago, but just never got around to doing it. Never got around. The FDA regulations kind of, just did something to me. I was going to try to do a juice line or whatever, but just never did. I'm just doing this for fun now. I mean, I have got all the toys, the 521 tab, I mean, the tools, and my main thing now is DIY juice. I want to start a channel. That's mainly why I'm starting my channel. I'm gonna, just do recipes that are already posted, just make them, because there's some excellent recipes out there already done that, and I always probably want to be working on it one recipe only. I don't want to work on 50 different recipes and be all over the map. I just want to work on one at a time. While I'm making these other recipes that people have already done the work for me on ELR or all the flavors, like the lemon tart by Dinner Lady and the cannoli and apple butter. Those recipes that are fantastic that I've been making for months now that are just great. I mean, they're top line mixes. But working on one of my own creation, to perfection, playing around with the percentages of every different, flavor, tweaking it, because that's what they do. They make batches and they adjust it. If there's 5 flavors in it, they say, okay, let's say apple's in there. That apple's too high. Let me, that's at 4%. I made it. Let me drop it to 3.5, 3, 2.5, 2. And tweaks like that. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I've done that with one mix that, I think I've got it as well as I'm ever going to get it. So I've stopped adjusting it. I left it alone. It's like a serial killer by South 9 Vapes. It's fantastic. It's got yellow cake. It's got milk. It's got sweet cream. It's got orange, bergamot, meringue. And, I just want to be working on one at all times till I perfect it. My next one's maybe some kind of sherbet or something. I haven't decided. But this is my DIY mix here. It's a lemon tart by Dinner Lady type clone. It's fantastic. It's got 10 different ingredients in it. One of them's lemon meringue pie. The other one's meringue. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. It's wonderful. It really is. A 60 ml plastic bottle from Liquid Barn. These are fantastic bottles. By the way, this little top, you just unscrew and it squirts out, and then you tighten it back up. 60 ml. And I put my it's like 60 cents for this, or 68 cents, and they got 500 mils. Then I put my VG in. Here's the bigger bottle. I put my VG in that. And I put my, I don't use a lot of PG, so I put my PG in a bottle like this, 60 mil. My VG I use a lot, so it's in a bigger bottle. Man, I need a lot of practice on this. So my VG's in there, and it's nice because all you do is you unscrew it and you squirt and you tighten it back up and you're done. No fuss, no muss, no syringes, no rinsing. And my nicotine goes in this, so I'm not touching my nicotine with gloves. I just unscrew it and get out my scale, and everything is pretty much hands free. All my flavors are in little tiny bottles. I don't have one near me right now. I got all kinds of flavors, but they're kind of boxed up. But all my flavors are in their little bottles. They're 30 mil bottles or 10 mil. And I just take the top off, squirt onto the scale, and that's it. Hands free. You're not touching nicotine with syringes. So, you open your nicotine bottle and it's sitting around, and shit from the air is floating in, and your skin and everything is getting in there. Believe it or not, that happens. These things, hands-free mixing is the best in my opinion, because you're not cleaning a million syringes. You're not putting gloves on. Yeah, it's good to wear gloves and a pair of glasses. Just, you never know. You just never know. You drop this bottle and it bounces off a table and squirts you in the eye. You're in some trouble with 100 milligram Nick. You could be. But yeah, basically, everything's in these bottles, so it's hands free. The only time I have an issue is obviously you buy nicotine, it comes in a bottle, and you have to transfer into this, which is not an issue. You put gloves on, glasses, whatever, cape on if you want to. But in the flavors, I got a lot of flavors. If you give me a second, I'll show you. I've got a lot of flavors right here. 1 second. I got a lot of flavors that come in this size, and right here. Here's your Capella. This is 120 mil. This is a lot here. I got so many flavors, they're going to go bad before I use them all. I got to throw them all out and rebuy them, little by little. When they get old, I replace 1 or 2 at a time. I don't know if you can see this, but this is Capella. What is this? Capella Graham Cracker. This is a lot in there. Oh my God. Ooh, that's dark. Look at that. See, that's Capella. Graham Cracker. Do I got to reverse the? I might have to reverse the lettering in the camera or something. I think there might be a way to do that where you could read it. I'm pretty sure there is. That's Capella. They come in these bottles. The bigger one's Capella. And this ain't too bad because I think, let me see. Yeah, there's a little foil piece on there that I just poke a little hole in it, on that foil there. And you don't have to transfer this or use a syringe. You just squeeze a drop out at a time. And that'll work with Capella. The only issue, or one of the only issues, is with these here. This is the TFA. They come in these bottles. This is Greek yogurt by TFA. They come in these bottles. And when you take the cap off, there's nothing there. It's just all open cap. So you got to use a syringe. You can't pour it in because it'll come out too quick. But there's caps you could buy to add on to it, or transfer this into another bottle, which I don't really want to do because that, you have to buy a gazillion caps if you're buying flavors all the time. I don't want to reuse my caps. Once it touches something, that's all I use it for. I don't want, like I use one bottle for nicotine. That's all that ever hits this one bottle. This is not nicotine, but if I have my own nicotine bottle in this, and that's all that'll ever hit that nicotine. I don't put anything else in it. I don't want any cross contamination. So, but I do save the little bottles. I have Greek yogurt when I used to buy the smaller bottles, and sometimes I still do in a 30 mil. If it's from TFA and I got a 30 mil with the squeeze cap on, I'll transfer this, when I need it into the smaller bottle and use that to squirt it when I'm doing by weight. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. But my flavors, I'll show you on one of my next videos. I've got hundreds and hundreds of flavors. It's like a flavor company. This is 5 of them right here. I've got 400, 300, whatever. Big bottles, little bottles. I only mostly buy big now, unless I want to test one. But I'll show you on another video. Once I start mixing, I want to do recipes. I want to do maybe tomorrow, not tonight, but maybe tomorrow. I'll do like a cannoli. There's a lot of recipes on all the flavors. I think it's alltheflavors.com. They have fantastic recipes that people put tons of time into. And you know, a lot of times I could tell just by the ingredients how good they'll taste for the most part. You know, I might tweak them a little if I'm not 100% happy with them. I could tell, you know, just by smelling the lemon meringue pie that that flavor is just a wonderful flavor. And that's in the lemon tart. Boom, there it is. Yeah, excellent. This is 60, was 60 mil. I'm plowing through this like insane, like it's crack. This one, I don't know what the hell this was. This is a cannoli, I think. Yes, cannoli. You know, this was on all the flavors or ELR both. This is cannoli. It's got cheesecake as the filling. It's got just all kinds of stuff I forgot, but I plowed through this insanely quick. Also, boom. That's another one. I mean, I got to make more because I'm getting low. I mean, I got gallons and gallons of flavors and VG. I got 3 gallons of VG in the refrigerator. Um, I have you know, a whole freezer full of nicotine broken down into smaller bottles. And, you know, believe it or not, you know, when I run out of nic and I need to get more, I go in my freezer and you know, most of the recent the last couple of years is VG in or I'm sorry, nicotine in VG. I don't know why, but because I was in that habit of not wanting to use PG, so I bought my nicotine in VG. But I'm starting to get back into using a little bit more PG, you know, because the flavor to me is a little bit better. I'm doing pretty much 70-30. You know, that's what I've settled on, 70 VG, 30 PG. And the flavor is just much better than 100, you know, max VG, I think. Sorry, guys. That little thing bothered me. Yeah, so um yeah, so that's basically it there. I just wanted to get a video up and just to see, you know, where I need to go. Obviously, I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be better backgrounds. Nothing crazy. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't need this to be professional movie quality. It's just for fun, basically, and maybe just hanging out a little. You know, whatever. You know, I just want to clean it up a little. Some of the background, you know, and you know, mainly do some juice videos. You know, this is another one I love. This is my Limitless Genesis tank. Fantastic. This is probably as good as it gets for the most part. I mean, including drippers. I mean, drippers might be a little bit better, maybe, but they're probably equal. But this damn Limitless is as good as it gets. It really is. Oh, cool. I got a building there already. I don't know. I don't remember doing that. I thought I cleaned this out, but there it is. Here's your Limitless. What I got there? I got some Claptons, some kind of. There it is. Look at that. I love this tank. This is the best. I gotta start using it more. I don't know why I don't use it. I don't know. I just love the sub-ohm tanks. They're just easy. But this Limitless basically is basically the same thing for the most part. You know, you build your own coil, which ain't bad, but I don't know with the sub-ohm tank. I've gotten accustomed to certain coils that I love, like the crown coils, and you know, in my opinion, something much better than the crown. That's actually the best sub-ohm tank I've ever experienced in 4 years, and I've got them pretty much all. The Atlantises, the Crowns, the Freemats, the Dolphins, the all your, you know, most of your ceramic tanks. Um, and here it is right here. This is the Ultimo tank by Joytech. I love it. Top fill doesn't hold a ton, but enough. And the reason why I think the flavor is so great in this is because your chimney is just so short and right above the coil. And your coils are like, none I ever remember seeing. They're really short and fat, and they're real short and fat, and everything sits low right on top of it. And it comes with you could buy Claptons for them. You could buy ceramic coils, and they have rewickable notch coils, and they also have an RBA deck that goes with it. I put a couple builds on the RDA, RBA, whatever the hell you want to call it, but I'm having problems with it. The ohms are jumping all over. I haven't figured it out yet, and I will, hopefully eventually. Here it is right here. This is the deck for the Ultimo. You turn it from your, a deck, coils that you have to buy from your own coil. Whoops, a little juicy, so that slipped. There's the deck, if you guys could see it. You should be able to once I get it to, there it is. Yeah. Here's the notch coil, I think. Yeah, it's giving me problems. I mean, it looks simple enough. Your screws, your Allen screws are on top there, Sam. Trying to get the focus. That's why I'm moving my hands all over real quick. Let me try that. I don't know why. Here it is. Yeah. Here's your airflow. Boom, right there. I mean, that looks like it's going to be excellent flavor. But if you could see that, I'm tilting it. Here, one of your leads goes right under that. One of the grub screws, and the other one is there. I'll flip it around. Goes into a hole, which is somewhere right there on the side. I don't know if you can see it. Oh. Yeah, a little hole there somewhere, right there. Anyways, I'm having problems. The ohms are jumping, and I think it's causing some kind of short, and it's tasting kind of burnt. But I mean, you think it'd be very simple. One lead in the hole, one goes under the other one, and you clamp them down. Grub screws from the top there. See it? Right there. But something's causing it to short. It's not hitting the posts. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't know if one of my clippings that I clipped off went down and got stuck somewhere. I looked at that because nothing's hitting the post that I could see. If you could see it there, there's space. I mean, there really is space, I think. Doesn't look it, but there is if you look at it at the angles. I mean, I'll look at it. I have had a couple builds on there, and it did the same thing to me. Actually, I get a better view with this camera. There's space, so I don't think it's hitting that I notice. But I mean, I'll try it again. But my problem is I get all this stuff and I let it sit around. I'm like a collector. It's like an addiction. I'm like a collector. I just have to have it, just to look at it. Like a dummy. I mean, I've got a table out there with loads of mods. I mean, not as much as these reviewers, obviously. I mean, China is crazy. I mean, China finds out where you live. They don't give a shit. They'll throw 20 mods at you or 20 devices of one, like the IPv6, or especially now, in my opinion, now the FDA regs, and they know that it might be coming to the end of the road. Maybe they'll throw 20 of the same devices at you, because they mass produce at such a phenomenal scale. I mean, like we've never seen. You know, one thing about the Chinese, they mass produce like crazy and very quickly, and they're getting much better. They are. They know all our complaints have made them fine-tune devices that they never done, never did years ago when the industry first, started going, moving. There was all kinds of little things. Then we started complaining about drip tips and threading and conductivity with gold, and they listen. They're very good students. They listen. Now they fine tune the shit out of stuff. Plus they got a lot of times American companies go over there and they got someone from America looking over their shoulder. So they suck up that knowledge like a sponge, if they want that knowledge, that particular knowledge. you know, or they'll steal it. Like in the case of our military, they'll steal the devices and they'll make a submarine for 1/4 of the price that we make it in our military. They skip the research and development. They're very good at that. They'll just steal our plans, make it, and there you go. We're spending trillions on our military, and they're spending 1/4 of that. Very smart. But yeah, that's it, guys, girls. Just wanted to put the video up, and I know I was supposed to stop in a few seconds, a few minutes ago, but I just want to show you a few toys, and stuff like that. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff. I'm not really going to review stuff. I might go over some stuff, just for the hell of it, to show you what I like. I mean, I got the smoke, what is that? TFRDTA. That's supposed to be phenomenal. I mean, the only things I buy now is if something that's really unique and something that I want. I mean, I'm not going to just buy any sub-ohm tank, like the Crown. I mean, all the Crowns and stuff. I got the Smoke TFE4. I mean, just your top of the line tanks that get the rave reviews. And I bought, the Cuboid and RX200 and the IPv6 because those are the top of the line, the most unique devices. And the IPv6 is the smallest device I've ever seen for a dual battery. I mean, yeah, right up there with the Alien and whatever, the Sigeli Fuchai, I guess all could compete with it maybe, but the IPv6 is about the smallest you could possibly get. I just don't see any mods getting smaller unless new technology comes out where your chip is like nano chip, where it's other than that, I just that's as small as I really need it to be, and that's why I got it. And this is the what's this? Sense Hercules RTA2 I got. I mean, just the best tanks. I mean, right now my big thing is Genesis tanks. I want to get away from the RTAs because you know what? I mean, they're great. Yeah, I'm always going to be interested in the best ones, like the engines with the airflow on top, only because supposedly that's almost leakless, because the juice got to flow up top to leak. That's pretty much leakless because the bottom has an O-ring. I may be an O-ring, but it's threaded on the bottom, so it's not going to leak out of that thread, on the bottom. It's not just an O-ring. Some things have an O-ring and threads or threads, but because it has threading, it's not going to leak. It has to leak up top, and that's just not likely. You might get spit back, but you're not going to get a leak. But that's the only things I'll buy now is the RTAs with the airflow on top so you don't get leaking. And the Genesis is the big things. The Genesis and the drippers are the two things I really gonna probably spend my money on now. I mean, once in a blue moon, that's it. Drippers, obviously, you can never have enough of the new drippers. I bought all the old ones, the Patriots and the Megas, and I had the old Smoke RSST Genesis years ago when Rip Trippers used to do all his videos that he doesn't do anymore. That's what I miss about these reviewers, and I understand it. They get so consumed with everything. They grow their channel and their business, and they simply just don't have time. But I miss when Rip Trippers and Grim Green did their builds because that's vape in its infant virgin stages, if you will. And you can never get that back. And that's that's what hurts me the most about these regulations. You never get that back. You know, it's like being 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21 years old, first starting to drink. I mean, you know, rock and roll. I grew up in the 70s and pretty much 80s, Van Halen, Bon Jovi. You know, that's what shaped you into a human being. And the memories, as long as you were protected and weren't abused in any way, shape, or form, those memories are just wonderful. And you never get those years back. So, you know, enjoy them because you don't get those back. Before you know it, you're 30, 40, 50 years old, and, you know, you'll have regrets. But yeah, but back to the you know, reviewers that used to do all these videos with tutorials. I really miss that. You know, I used to love Rip Trippers when he used to have those build videos and you know, now everything's so quick. There's so many devices they get flooded with that they do a 2 second video, and they have to, because these companies are calling them and saying, "Do this, hurry up, we want to review, and that's sad. You know, tell them to go f off. And you know, I don't know. Maybe live views is the answer. Get them all out, boom, quick. I don't know. I understand why they can't do as much, but you know, maybe turn some shit down. I don't know. I mean, I personally would, but you're never going to be rich off of this ever. So it doesn't matter, you know. Sorry, guys, but that's the Ultimate tank, my favorite sub ohm tank, and I love the flavor off this better than any RTA I've ever got, and I'm sure I could probably, you know, fix that their problem. You know, I've got to be more consistent. I got to learn to stay with a build and figure out why I'm not getting the flavor that I want. If I can get the flavor I'm getting with this from the RTA or better, you know, maybe it is better. Maybe I'm just not used to it. I don't know. But I love this flavor. This is the flavor and the taste I want every single day. And if I could emulate that with an RTA and or a dripper tank, I like dripper tanks better than dripper straight up traditional drippers, meaning a tank with some kind of well that holds a lot. And that's what I gravitate to when I buy stuff. That's why I bought the Rip Trippers tank, because it has a well. But yeah, if I could emulate this flavor here, I mean, I'm set. And I don't know why I'm not. I really don't. This didn't take any break. I mean, a little bit of break in, you know, half tank maybe. And the flavor is just phenomenal off the Claptons. I think I got a Clapton in there now. I had a ceramic, which is just phenomenal. The flavor, it blows any ceramic tank I've ever had. And I didn't get the Cerakote in them, but I got the Dolphins and the Crixus and all that other junk. And maybe they're okay. I don't know. I tried them once and I didn't like the flavor, and I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned them out, and threw them back in the box. Almost all brand new. I got a gazillion tanks, but you know, someday maybe I'll check them out again. Um, you know, that's it. That's it, guys, for now. You know, basically, you know, this is mainly going to be, you know, a DIY juice type channel. You know, just doing some mixes. You know, I vaped all this. This is a chocolate milk ice cream shake type. It was okay. Chocolate's tough, and you know, that's my next thing. I want to nail down the hardest recipes that everyone has trouble with, and they give up, or you know, and I've done it myself. I tried chocolates for 4 years now, and I gave up. And you know, there has to be a chocolate DIY mix that is going to be great, and I'm going to work on it until I get it. This, I forgot what chocolate I'm using in here. I think it's chocolate overload concentrate from Gremlin juice or Gremlin e juice. Um, this is pretty good chocolate. I mean, it's not exactly what I was looking for, but it is pretty close. Very dark, very dark. Yeah, actually, real good chocolate. Not great, but pretty close. You know, there's something that chocolate needs, I think, to make it react. I think, you know, some concentrate, you know, some sugar, you know, whether it's a milk or there's some concentrate that I think will work real well with chocolate or a combination to activate it. And you got to get the right concentrate. You know, I'm gonna order. I got most of them already, but I want to order one from every company like Capella, TFA, Gremlin, even the weird oddball companies that nobody. You know, I got one-on-one flavors, real flavors. I want to get every single chocolate and get the best one. And I'm looking for more like a milk chocolate, not a semi or dark. But I want a chocolate milk. When I vape it, I want it to be like exactly like a Hershey's or Nesquik type chocolate milk. And I came pretty close with this, but it's missing something or a combination of some things. But that's it, guys. I'm gonna end it. I just wanted to get this channel up and running, even though ideally it's not, you know, set up the way I want it to be yet with the background and the, you know, the junk, and I need a haircut and a shave, and I look like a damn gorilla. But I've been off work for a few days, and I don't really care. But yeah, I'll neaten it up and get everything nice. And that's about it, guys. Bye.